Okay, so hello everyone, this is Akshay here, and let us continue with today's GFG POTD streak. Today's question name is the find the string. It's the category mentioned here is a hard, and it's actually a good question. It is asked in Google as well. So yep, it is actually a good question, and we just have to. When it is a good question, it's a hard category. Then definitely we have two tasks to do. One is to observe that how we need to proceed ahead with the question, and second, the coding is also at a good level, right? So given two integers n and k, the task is to find string of minimum length such that it contains all possible strings of size n as a substring. The characters of the string should be from integers ranging from 0 to k minus 1. ठीक है, तो पहले क्वेश्चन समझते हैं that what the question is actually saying, then we can proceed ahead in what direction we need to think of, right? ठीक है, तो हमारे पास जो first test case है, they have said the n equals to 2, right, and k is equals to 2. That means you need to form a substring of length n, right? और कैरेक्टर्स जो आप यूज कर सकते हो वो रिसाइड करेगा 0 to k minus 1. So here it is 2, the characters would be 0 and 1, right? So first of all the possible strings of length 2 with all these characters would be 0 0, then 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1, right? That's what it's mentioned here as well, ठीक है. अब हमारे पास क्या करना है, वी नीड टू फाइंड अ मिनिमम लेंथ ऑफ स्ट्रिंग, ठीक है, in which all the possible of these substring, all the possible of these what to say, substring, or we can say we need to find the minimum length of the string where all this possible of string will be substring of this answer, substring of this given answer string, of answer string, and its length should be minimum, right? ठीक है, तो अभी हम भूल जाते हैं लेंथ मिनिमम, हम एकदम सिंपल सोचे दैट व्हाट कुड बी द आर आंसर, जहाँ पे हम कह सकें कि all this possibility of strings strings possible, where all this possible strings can be a substring of our answer, right? तो मैं क्या करूँगा यार, मैं लिख दूंगा कि जो जो स्ट्रिंग मैं चाहिए मैं एक करके लिख दूंगा 0 0, देन आई नीड 0 1, देन आई नीड 1 0 एंड आई नीड 1 1. तो अगर मैं कहूँ कि दिस इज माई आंसर स्ट्रिंग, then definitely I can see that all the possible strings formed is present in this particular answer string. You can clearly see 0 0 is present, then we have 0 1, then we have 1 0, then we have 1 1, right? अब हम इसमें कुछ ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. If I try to omit some part, because I can see there are several overlapping characters, right? So what I have observed that there are overlapping characters, right? ठीक है, तो मैं क्या रिमूव करूंगा यार, देखो मेरे पास 0 0 है, 0 1 भी है, राइट? सो इफ आई रिमूव वन ऑफ द जीरोस इन दीज टू, अगर मैं लेट्स से इसको हटा देता हूँ, ठीक है, देन द अनदर थिंग वाज 0 1 and 1 0. So if I remove one of the ones among these two ones, right? And yep, now our updated string is 0 0 1 0 1 1, right? Now can you see that all the particular string formation is already or is now a substring of our given answer? So I can see 0 0 is present, I can see 0 1 is also present, I can see 1 0 is also present, and 1 1 is also present, right? So this would be our next possible answer. So यहाँ पे length क्या था 8, यहाँ पे length हमारे पास क्या था 6, right? Now again, can you see there are some more overlapping characters? Can we remove one of them? Yep, I can see that. So I will say I will take up a answer string, let's say 0 0, and then I have 1 1 0. Yep, now I can see that we have a substring 0 0, I have 0 1, I have 1 0, and I have 1 1, correct? But now the length of this possible answer is 5. What is the minimum among all the possible answers we have just formed? Is 5, and that is why the 5 is the answer, right? That is why 5 is the minimum length. This is the minimum length, and this is your answer, right? Now if you observe, now if you see that there is one additional note point here, that there could be multiple answers. Return any string of minimum length which satisfy the condition. The driver will print the length of the string in case of wrong answer. तो driver handle करेगा that if we have reached to the right answer, among all the possible pool of multiple answers. So our solution will get submitted, right? So here we can see that our answer and this answer matches. So now the need. Let us discuss the need. What do we need to solve this problem? We need maximum overlapping. Maximum overlapping of characters, right? इससे होगा क्या? आंसर की जो लेंथ है वो हो जाएगी मिनिमम लेंथ ऑफ आंसर स्ट्रिंग, right? So you just need to take care of this, that the maximum characters overlap, or strictly I can say n minus 1 characters overlap, right? Okay, what do I mean by 1? What do I mean by 1 is that सबसे पहले हमने क्या किया था, ये 0 0 हम यहाँ पे उठाए थे, right? 0 and 0, right? Now this n is actually 2, so I am taking the last character, or I am saying I am taking the characters from 1 till last, right? That is just leaving the first character. If I add one more character here, let's say 1, right, then this particular substring must be equals to the possible substring formed. Again, in this 0 1, if I take again n minus 1 character and add something else, let's say 1, then this 1 1 should be again a possible formation of the string that is present here, right? So I hope we are clear with this part as well. N minus 1. Okay. So let us do some more observations now. So what can I say? Can I comment anything on total number of strings formation? Right? Since we have n places and we have k characters, that means we have n places. Let's say n equals to 3 is here and k is equals to whatever, say, right? So that means here I can place k characters. Again, I can play k characters and k characters. So what is the total number of string I will be getting? K into k into k, which is nothing but k star n. Right? So this will be our total string formation. Total number of string formations, right? So can I comment on the minimum length? Minimum length of string. This is nothing but our answer string, which having all possible strings as substring, right? All possible strings as substring. So these are the all possible strings. So what can I say is that first of all, what we did, the first character was itself 0 0, whatever be the n places. So for n equals to 2 and k equals to 2, this would be our first the length, the initial length of our answer. इसके बाद हम यहाँ पे एक एक character करके add करते जा रहे थे, right? So that means first of all you will have n as your length, and then you keep on adding one character. और जैसे ही आपको एक character add करते हो, then this particular n minus 1 forms this substring will form will match to the exact string we have in this over all the possible strings, right? ये हमने देखा था यहाँ पे. तो जैसे ही हम 0 0 लिखते हैं, when we write 0 0 here and then we add something, then this particular ये जो यहाँ पे substring है ये हमारा match कर जाता है किसी possible string से. That was the whole crux here, right? हमारे पास total strings कितने हैं? k minus k power n, and this is one of my string. This is one of my string. So I need to add more k minus n minus 1, because 1 is already considered here, right? And which has length n. So I need to add k minus n minus 1 more characters to make and that will be the minimum length of our this answer, right? Okay. So let me just write some things as well. So what we did here, key adding one character gives new substring, and this substring is nothing but is an actual possible formation of the ये substring क्या है? वो string जो total possible में एक string रहा होगा, right? total possible strings कितने? k power है, ठीक है. So adding one character, and how many characters were there? Total like total strings were k power n. We had decided here, right? And that is why our length is nothing but n plus k power n minus 1. Yep, I have written this for you as well. It's already 10 minutes. Okay, there is assume now. ठीक है यार, तो हम यहाँ पे क्या करने वाले हैं, हम एक सेकंड टेस्ट केस लेंगे. वी विल टेक द सेकंड टेस्ट केस. सेकंड टेस्ट केस इज व्हाट, n equals to 2 and k equals to 3. ठीक है. So for n equals to 2 and k equals to 3, let us make a map where we will, once we have visited that particular substring, we will just mark it. So I am just making 3 columns. So the one which is starting from 0, I will be writing it here. One from starting with 1, I will be writing in this column. And one with starting with 2, I will be writing in this column, because k is equals to 3, right? So the characters which we can take is 0, 1 and 2. Okay. So n equals to 2, 2 places are there. So let us start with 0, 0, right? And I will keep on replacing the characters. I will first replace it 2, then I will replace it 1, then I will replace with 0. Okay. So this is the sequence we have to follow. We can follow any sequence. You could have taken 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 0, anything, right? So let's just for the handy and for more quick or easy explanation, I'm taking 2, 1, 0. Okay. So I added 2 here, correct? First of all, 0 and 0. So I visited 0 and 0, so I will mark it in the map. Then again, I add the character 2 here. So what is the new substring that I have found? It is 0, 2, right? So it is starting with 0, so I'll write 0, 2. Again, I'll keep on adding it, the 2, until and unless I found that a character or the substring is also already present in our map. So मैंने 2, 2 लिखा यहाँ पे, and then again this new substring 2, 2. It's starting with 2, so I'm writing it here. Again, I'm adding 2. So if you add 2 again, then again the n minus 1 character here would be, the last 2 characters would be pointing to 22, and 22 we already have in the map, right? So I cannot add 2 here. I have to add 1. So if I add 21, 21 is not present in the map, so I'll add it in the map. And then what I have, then again I need to consider all the possible strings, so I'll add again 2 here, right? तो अब देखते जाओ मैं कैसे ड्राइन कर रहा हूँ. Then I'll ask you a question कि what technique we need to use to write the code for this particular dry run I just showed you. I again added 2 here, correct? So is 1, 2 present in a map? It is not. So I'll add 1, 2 here, and then I'll again add 2. But 22 is already there, so I cannot add 2. I'll add 1. So 21 is already there, I guess. So I cannot add 1 as well. I need to add 0. So 20 is not there, so let's add 20. Right? Again add 2, because this is the sequence of characters we have taken, 2, 1, 0. So again 0, 2. 0, 2 is already there in the map, right? So I'll add 1. 0, 1 is not there in the map, so I'll add 0, 1, and again add 2. So 1, 2 is already there in the map, so I cannot take 1. I cannot take 2. I'll add 1 now. So 1, 1 is not there, so let's add 1 and 1. Again I'll add 2, right? Because that's the sequence of characters we are doing. And again, if you are familiar with recursion and DFS, आप देख पा रहे हो कि यहाँ पे recursion और DFS ही लग रहा है, ठीक है? So again I add 2, and 1, 2 is already there in our map, so I cannot add 2. I'll add 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1 is also there in the map. I cannot add 1, so that means I need to go with 0. So 1, 0, 1, 0 is in the map, so it is not there. So let's just add 1, 0, and again I go for 2. So 0, 2, 0 is already in the map, so I'll add 1. 0, 1, it is already there in the map, so 1 cannot be added. 0, 0, it is also in the map. So अब हमने यहाँ पे, once you are done with all the characters, right, and you can see कि all the particular entries are already there in the map for all the iterations, right? तो आपको यहाँ पे हो जाना है stop. We need to stop here, right? And the actual string is 0, 0, 2, 2, then we have 1, then we have 2, then we have 0, 1, 1, 0. Now what is the length? What is the length? If you see, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Is it 10 or 9? Let me see it again. Yes, it is 10. Yes, it is 10, right? तो अगर ये क्वेश्चन होता कि you just have to return the minimum length of your string, right? तो ये जो हमारा फॉर्मूला है, यहाँ से हमारा काम हो जाता है. If you apply this formula here, right? So what is n here? N is 2. What is k here? K is 3. So 3 power 2 minus 1. So 2 plus 9 gives you 11, 11 minus 1 gives you 10, right? And 10 was your answer, right? Then 10 is the minimum length. But in this question, it has asked me to return one of the following answers of the particular string. It is not asking for the length. They actually want the string. So that is why this question has become a bit more tougher than just observing it, right? Okay, and as you can see, these are all the possible all the string formation. If you have two places and you can place k characters, right? You can place 3 characters here and 3 here, right? So what are the total number of characters you will have? 3 into 3, that is 9. And if you see 3 characters is the total 9 characters you have, right? So that means we have considered all the possible strings formation, and we have also considered the answer string which has all the possible strings as substring present in it, right? ठीक है यार. So again, prerequisite. So if you have followed me along till अभी तक आप देख पा रहे हो और समझ पा रहे हो, बहुत अच्छी बात है. So prerequisite is you should know how recursion work and you should know how DFS work, right? Because DFS is happening all the time here. What we did, 0 के बाद हमने 2 ऐड किया, then we again added 2, then we again added 2, right? तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं यार, अगर 2 जब ऐड नहीं हो रहा है, then we are going for 1, right? So we are recursively adding 2, and once it does not allow a condition that if the particular substring it is already present in the map, then we are going for another values, right? तो मतलब कि हमारे पास एक फॉर लूप है जो i इक्वल्स टू लेके 2 से i ग्रेटर देन इक्वल्स टू 0 तक जा रहा है, i माइनस माइनस, राइट? एंड वी आर चेकिंग इफ ऑलरेडी present in map, or let's say not present in map, not in map, then first we are marking it, that mark in map, right? And then call the DFS, right? ठीक है यार. तो ये कुछ एक हल्का सा सूडो कोड है. प्लीज ट्राई टू कंप्लीट दिस कोड बाय योरसेल्फ. मीनवाइल, और मैं आई एम नॉट होपिंग दैट यू विल बी एबल टू कंप्लीट इट, राइट? अगर आप कर पाए तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, राइट? क्योंकि एक एक्चुअली में अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, both on the level of observation and both on the level of code and pseudocode and dry run and everything, right? As you can see, just explaining the dry run, starting from the scratch, it has took me 17 minutes. So let us now resume with the code. So that's the code here. Let me give you a very quick code walkthrough. So we have a string builder. Now why we have used string builder in Java? Because it takes O of n in appending a character in a particular string. If this would have an empty string, then appending a character takes O of n. That is why. So we have an answer and we have a temp, or let's say current variable. We have a map of string and integer. So whenever we got a string here, we'll just mark it as 1. That is, we have found that is, it is present in the map. So we have a for loop that is appending the 0 character till n times, because that is where we started our iteration. We started from 0 0 till n times, right? Okay. We have added in the temp, and then we have put it in the map as well, and we call the DFS function. So what is the DFS function is doing? Again, it is taking 4 parameters, that is the current string, the answer string, the map, and the k. Why k? K is required because we need to add, because the characters, the number of characters we will be able to add, it is defined by this k, right? K equals to 3, then you need to go to 0, 1, 2. And the precedence we are taking here is 2, 1, 0, right? So that is why the for loop is running from I equals to k minus 1 greater than equals 0, k I minus minus, right? Now we have again, what we need to do here is that we need to ignore our first character, right? So for this 0 and 0, what we did, we ignored the first character and we took n minus 1 character and added one more character, so that this particular substring can be available as one of the possible string in the total possibility of the strings, right? Okay, so that's what's happening. So we are leaving the first character and taking the rest n minus 1 characters. We are appending the next character, right? And that is coming from this I. Then we are checking if it is not present in the map, mark it in the map, then and then append that actual character, right? Which was previously stored in the temp. And then again we are calling the DFS function. Now why return is here? ठीक है, तो DFS कॉल करने से क्या हो रहा है कि पहले 2 होगा, अगेन 2 ऐड होगा, अगेन 2 ऐड होगा, राइट? तो रिटर्न क्यों है वहाँ पर? वाई द रिटर्न कीवर्ड इज देयर? प्लीज pause this video and try to think which case it is handling. So let me now explain you. So what's happening is that for this zero, you call a DFS and you get a 2. Again, you call a DFS, you get a 2. Again, you call a DFS and you get a 2. Right? Great. But here you does not satisfy the condition because that's already present in the map. I now again DFS कैसे वर्क करता है? रिकर्सिव कॉल में स्टैक होते हैं, ए होता है, ए बी से रिलेटेड होता है, बी सी से रिलेटेड, जैसे ही सी पे वो कॉल फ्री होता है दैट गोज बैक टू पेरेंट कॉल. ठीक है, तो हम क्या चाहते हैं यार, यहाँ ये जो 2 है जो नॉट पॉसिबल था, तो अपने पेरेंट कॉल पे जाके इस 2 को ये 1 ना बना दे. दैट इज वाई वी हैव रिटर्न देयर कि आई डू नॉट वॉन्ट टू डू एनीथिंग, एनी चेंजेस ऑन इट्स पेरेंट कॉल. मैं बस चाहता हूँ आगे की तरफ सीरीज बढ़ते चला जाए, एंड दैट इज वाई वी हैव अ रिटर्न देयर. राइट? ठीक है, that is it for code walkthrough in Java. Let us compile and run, and while it is compiling and running, let us analyze the time complexity as well. So what is the time and space complexity? Please pause this video again, try to think of the time and space complexity. Okay, so okay, the time complexity for this problem is, so we are making, okay, so what were we doing? Let us start from there. That we had n characters first of all, and then what we did, we keep on adding k power n minus 1 characters. That is, we are making function call for k power n minus 1, right? So that is why we have the time complexity as O of k power n, because we made k power n function calls for adding one character one by one to form all to form the minimum length of the string, right? Okay, what is the space complexity again? So O of n plus k power n minus 1, because this is the time complexity involved, because we are storing these many characters in the answer, that is your minimum length, plus we are storing all the possible combinations of the string, that is k power n, and that itself has n characters in it. So this is the space that would be occupying in the map. Now there is one more space of O of k, which is recursive stack space. भाई ये कैसे है, ये समझा दो एक बार अगेन. अगर आपको डीएफएस पता होता अच्छे से तो आप ये बात समझ जाते हो ऑफ के कैसे होता है, बट स्टिल लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू वंस अगेन. सो व्हाई इट इज़ के यार? देखो हमने क्या किया था, हम शुरू किए थे, हमने 0 0 से कॉल शुरू किया था, राइट? वी एडेड 1, वी एडेड 2, देन वी अगेन एडेड 2, एंड देन वी अगेन एडेड 2. ठीक है, तो जब हम के टाइम्स, अब देखो क्या हो रहा था, 0 0 के बाद ये जो स्टेट है ये हमारा रिकर्सिव कॉल था, लेट्स से ए बी एंड सी, राइट? तो ए हमारे पास रिकर्सिव कॉल में स्टैक में था, then we have B state and then we have C state. But ये जैसे ही C state पे आया, you saw that there was already a entry in the map और हम यहाँ से return हो गए थे, right? So what is the number of calls you have? 3, and 3 is, if you generalize it, it is equals to k. So that's why I say there will be at max k calls in your recursive stack. And okay, question हो गया यार. So that is why I said your space complexity will have an additional space complexity of O of k, that is for recursive stack space. Again, ignoring the constant, it would be finally equals to O of n power k power n, right? Great. K power n star n, because that is the maximum complexity. This is the maximum one, right? ठीक है यार, and that is it. Let us switch back to the C++ code. So that's the C++ code. I will not give you a code walkthrough again. This is the same we have done in Java and in the dry run and in the pseudo code as well. So yeah, that's it. Again, I'm repeating that this was a good question. So yep, try to solve these types of question. It will build you a base. So for the next interview, maybe you had in Google, you'll be more confident. So I was thinking of because we in this POTD streak we have covered many questions of companies like Google and Amazon and many more, right? So I was thinking that I should make a new playlist specifically for Google and Amazon, and whatever questions we are doing in POTD, if it is asked in Google, I should add that particular video in this playlist, and whatever asked in Amazon, I should add that in Amazon one, right? So it would be very handy if you try to revise specifically for some particular companies. So if you want that भैया like प्लेस मेंटेन कर लो, ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा, instead of like maintaining playlist for every topic. वो तो रहेगा ही, but again if you want me to maintain a place company wise as well, specifically for 2 to 3 companies, so you can comment down and we can do that as well. And if you have understood the logic, If you like the intuition, how we approach the problem, then definitely do like, share, and subscribe. It would be a very small call for you guys, but it would have a much more impact for me. तो ठीक है यार, मिलते हैं कल के प्यूर सीख के, तब तक के लिए कीप लर्निंग, कीप ग्रोइंग, बाय बाय एंड टेक केयर.